Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to finish the kitchen. I'm going to finish the kitchen decor. And y'all, this will be, you know, a really good little tutorial of how you can use your existing decor by just switching out a bow or adding in some leaves or some pumpkins, that you can transform it into a kitchen that is ready for fall. You know, now I have 3 different items here that I'm going to be working with today. One is this little floral arrangement that I did back when I switched to my blue and white decor, and I added a little bit of red. As you can see, my plates on my windowsill there, they are Pioneer Woman plates, and they have a touch of red, and that's where I got the idea to, instead of doing the burnt orange just in the kitchen proper, that I would do a pop of red instead of orange. Now I am throwing some oranges in too, but I'm really trying to stay true to how the plates look, the blue and the white and the red, but not looking patriotic, you know. So one thing I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be remaking a bow. I'm going to be leaving the flower arrangement just as it is. I don't even think I'm going to add a leaf to it. I'm just going to leave it as is, but I'm going to switch out the bow, and we're going to do a tiered bow tutorial. And I'm going to be using this ribbon, which has red, you know, so won't that be pretty in place of that blue and white bow? I love it. Now I may grab a leaf or two, we'll see, but I may not. So, but that's one thing, that's one little thing we're gonna do, and we're gonna have a tiered bow tutorial in this one. Put this back down. And then another thing we're gonna do, and I already have the bag here that I used last year for this. I have this vase that sits in the middle window there, between the 2 little plates, in the middle window. And this is what I had in with all of this stuff that's in there. I just simply added this. And the reason I know that is it says kitchen window vase blue there on the Ziploc bag. So that's what I put in there, and that's what I'm going to try to add back in this year, and we'll see what I can come up with. And then the last thing I'm going to work with is my Then Sings My Soul lantern. Now this is the lantern that I've had. I got it from Kirkland's years ago. It's a big debacle about, you know, that a bunch of us ordered it and the glass came broken and all of this stuff. It was a terrible story. Although Kirkland's was really good at replacing everybody's, and a lot of you have multiples of these lanterns. But I just have the one, and Stacy with her Cricut, Then Sings My Soul is one of our family's favorite hymns. And she said, or I can make you a sticker to go on the front of this lantern. And I said, I would love that, Stace. So I have redecorated and redecorated and redecorated this lantern several times with different funky bow toppers and so on, because I want to continue to use it because it reminds me of Stacy. So that's why I call this my Then Sings My Soul lantern. So, and all I'll be doing with this is just adding some red pumpkins. I just have some of these red pumpkins. As a matter of fact, why don't I just start with this since we're here? And literally, I'm just going to be adding 2 to 3 little pumpkins here. Let me point you over here so you can see. And I'm really not doing anything special. I'm just going to stick them in just like that. As you can see, I just wanted something I don't want it to be in your face. I just want it to be something very simple. If I remember right too, I think I bent one of these and put it through a loop. And that's literally it, y'all. I really just wanted a touch of fall. Just to bring in a few little touches. And this is just an accent lantern. This isn't anything, you know, that's a centerpiece or anything. This is just an accent lantern. I love it. Just like that, huh? Cute. And that'll just go right back over on the kitchen counter, just like that. In fact, I'll carry it over there. Be right back. Okie dokie. So there that was. Let's work on this next. And I got this, I have a cup of tea here. Grab a drink. I got this vase from the Minuteman Mini Mall, I believe, over in Culpeper, Virginia. And it has been sitting in the window. I bought it for the kitchen window, and it's literally been sitting in the kitchen window ever since, y'all. So when I see something I like, I tend to reuse it. And that's another way to save a little bit of money and maybe not have quite as many, you know, fall accents, as I'm going to use everything that I already have in here and that I will go back to in January. This is the way I'll remake this vase in January. Of course, this whole thing will be put away for Christmas because, as I said, everything gets switched out for Christmas. But let's see what I have here in my bag. And let me see if I can figure out what I might have done with this. I have some more red. Pumpkins. And I have some spiffy leaves here. Okay, I'm using everything I had in here. I like it to be kind of wild and crazy like that. See that? It's kind of wild and a little bit crazy. I have a couple of tufts of leaves. Just stick them in somewhere. There we go. And that's it. We have a pretty blue flower. Right there, and I love it. I love it, and it matches the blue. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it. I just love this vase. It makes up so pretty, whoops, and it's very large, and I want to say large and in charge. That's like my fall saying this year. Okay. Wild and crazy. That's a good thing. All right, and then the last thing, well, I want to show you these. Here are a couple more of these red, a couple more of these red pumpkins. And what I did was just run a pipe cleaner through them, and just simply to hold them on these plate hangers so they didn't fall off. And again, I got these last year at Hobby Lobby. Same place I got the ones I bought for the box this year. But one of these will go in each side window. And I have remembered all the way through the year this year that these particular plate hangers were specifically bought to go under these pumpkins, but I left them out where I could get to them just in case there was something else I needed them for, and I didn't all year. I didn't need them for anything else all year, but I did buy them specifically for these pumpkins. There we go. All right, so they're going to sit up in the crook of the window beautifully. Okay, and the only thing else I have left to do is something with this little vase, and I really just want to make a new bow for it. So let me remove this bow. I also want to do a bow tutorial in this for you because you guys, again, are always calling for me to do my bow tutorials, and that is awesome and fine, and I love doing them for you. So I'm just going to leave that as is. I did bring in some of these, and I may add some of these when I get the bow on, but we'll see. We'll see how the bow looks. Okay, so here I have this ribbon, and I don't have a lot left of it. Let me move you over here a little bit. And I have a pipe cleaner, and I have a pair of scissors here somewhere. Now, this is ribbon I got last year, and y'all know, I don't know where I got this from. Why I have tiered written on here is beyond me. But isn't it funny that I'm getting ready to make a tiered bow? That, honest to goodness, you guys, that was on there. Anyway, it was from $9.99, I'm sure half price. I think it was from AC Moore, you guys, before they closed. But anyway, hopefully I can get a big enough bow to go on this. I'm just gonna unroll the whole roll here. All right, here we go. So I took all of that ribbon off of the bolt, all the rest of it, and I'm gonna start making a tiered bow now. And what you do is you hold the end of the ribbon in your non-dominant hand. My non-dominant hand is my left hand. So, get this kind of out of the way. So what I wanna do is start making my loops in and holding it with my non-dominant hand, and I manipulate the ribbon with my dominant hand, which is my right hand. So first thing I want to do is I want to make a little 2 loops. I want to come toward myself with the first loop, and then I want to come down here and grab where the rest of the ribbon is. You know, I want to grab down here and I want to overlap, make a loop and overlap it where I folded this over. I want to overlap it because when I get done making the bow, I'm going to want to, you know, fluff it. So I need this to be overlapped so it doesn't come apart. So I want to kind of eyeball it here, and I want to make those first 2 loops about as, you know, I want it to be a starting point, because from here on, the loops are going to get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. So actually, I think I don't want that big of a loop to start out with. So let me back it down a little bit. And we'll start with a bit of a smaller loop, because I'm not putting it on a huge, you know, always take in consideration where you're going to place the bow. This bow is going to be placed in there, so. But anyway, okay, so there's your first 2 loops, and pinch it together right in the middle. And then you want to twist. We're going to make our center loop of the bow. You want to twist that ribbon to bring the right side up, and then I take my and I wrap the ribbon around my 2 forefingers. And then I grab it with my thumb underneath, and I accordion it in there and catch it. Now, when you're accordioning it, when you're pushing it in there in an accordion fashion, don't pull it this way, okay? You want to try to keep it as even as possible, because if you pull it from your length of ribbon, you're going to end up with a very wonky looking, it's going to be really wide on the bottom and skinny on the top. You want your center loop, or I do anyway, I like my center loop to look the same at the top and the bottom, or as close as I can get it. So now you can see that the ribbon is being fed out one side. So what I want to do is flatten that bow loop out, and I want to take this next loop. We're going to start on the next tier, and this tier is going to be a little bit bigger than the first 2 loops. So I take it out, and I don't want to go any more than about 1/2 inch larger than the loop before. And so I fold it, and then I grab it underneath and I accordion it together. And these you can pile on top of one another, kind of underneath, however they go. Now you can see that the ribbon is being fed out the way in which it needs to go next, but we have a problem. It's upside down, so we need to twist it. So twist it and then bring that right side up. And then we want to make our second loop, and we want to try to match the loop you just did on this side. You'll see a lot of people pulling their loops up. I don't do that, so I just eyeball it, you guys. So with practice, you'll be able to do it. And then I just pinch it together underneath there, and there is our second tier, just a smidge longer than the first tier. Okay, I'm probably going to make a 4-loop tiered bow, which means I'm going to have 4 loops on either side of center. Unlike the funky bow, where every loop is counted in the funky bow, with this bow, I count just on one side of the loop. I don't know why I do it. I've always done it that way. So anyway, here we go with our 3rd loop, and I've taken it out about 1/2 inch longer, and I'm pinching it together underneath there. Coming out this side, it's going to be fed the way you need it to be fed, I promise you. And then twist it, and then bring it out again, no more than about 1/2 inch longer than the loop before it. Pinch it underneath, pinch it together. Okay, and there we have 3 loops. Twist it to bring the right side up. And we're going to do 4 loops. Again, no more than 1/2 inch longer. The bow gets looking funny if you let those loops, if you don't keep them consistent in, you know, how big you make them. And then coming out this way, upside down again. So twist, and then make 1 more loop, sorry. And it's not wanting to cooperate, my goodness. Make 1 more loop. And there you have a 4-loop tiered bow. Okay? And I think it's going to be pretty in there. So now what I want to do is I want to make some tails. So what I want to do, I think I'm going to want 3 tails on this bow. So I think I'm going to want 1 longer, shorter, and then 1 even shorter than that. So let's make 3 tails. So I'm going to pretend like I'm making another loop, but I'm going to pull it out further, grab it from behind, and pull it, twist it, and pull it underneath, and pinch it in there, and that gives me 1, 2, a little longer than that. 1, 2, and then 3 tails, and then I'll cut it off right about there. And I'll still have a little bit of that left if I wanted to make it a little bow for somewhere else in there. Take your pipe cleaner and feed it, that is if it doesn't have a life of its own, feed it over your thumb but under the loop and over your thumb rings, if you wear them, because I've definitely fed it through my thumb rings before. Grab it with your thumb. See how I'm grabbing it with my thumb? Kind of snugging it there with my finger. Grab it with your thumb. Kind of try to center it as much as you can in the middle of the, you know, going from side to side, center it. Take the bottom around the bottom, the top around the top. And then you want to use the hand that you're holding the bow with as resistance and pull against it, and then get these fingers up as close as you can and twist, twist, twist. Now this is a much smaller, there we go, much smaller bow than the funky bow, but it is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest bows because it just looks neat. It just looks very neat and not, you know, kind of wild and crazy. And then, as with every other bow that we ever make on my channel, the most important part of any bow is the fluffing. So take some time and really fluff, well, it doesn't take much time with this. Fluff out your loops though. Okay, now I'm gonna get it tied on there before I do any more manipulating to it. And then I wanna cut this in half. Okay, so let me get it tied on here. And I'm just gonna tie it to this stalk here. And I like to pull it kind of tight so that it's kind of snugs down into the flower arrangement. And I just give it a twist. So there we go. And I think it looks pretty. I think I am going to add some of those pomegranates though. I think it needs just a few of those. So let me cut up these tails first to mention. Oh, my little red tufts are escaping. Let me do these. I just want to make the first one, I'm just eyeballing this. I want to make them angled. Don't want to do a dovetail on them. And then this one just a little bit shorter. Okay, get a couple of these little pomegranates here and add just a touch of these in. I picked these up this year from Hobby Lobby. They were $11.99. 40 or 50% off, half off. Okay, so let me see here. Just a touch. Okay, that's it. And we are finished, my friends. I think that looks really pretty. And when I get it set underneath the counter like that, where this sits over on the countertop, it looks really pretty. I love it. I think it looks super pretty. So there we go. 3 different, existing florals that I had sitting around the counters in my kitchen, and I just wanted to do just a little something to them to bring in fall. And I think that they look really pretty. Everything now that my kitchen will be finished. Again, this was a good one just to do a couple of little touches to some floral arrangements that I had in the kitchen already. The funky bow topper on the Then Sings My Soul lantern, my big vase that sits in the kitchen window, and then this other little accent vase that kind of sits under the countertop, kind of beside my Keurig. I do have a good bit of counter space, but believe it or not, with all of this in place, it doesn't look overdone, I don't think at all. I've really worked hard not to put something in every little nook and cranny of the kitchen counter. In fact, I've cleaned a lot off. I took my mixer off and put it away and put a little lamp in one corner. And I like having my counter space, Yet I like the decor too, so I'm trying to find a good mix of both, So that's going to do it for this one. So next week, I think will be this desk, we're gonna just, again, we're gonna just work our way through the rest of this area. I'll have my dough bowl next week. That'll be, you know, we'll do that next week. And probably the top of the desk. And my hutch, I'm not sure if I'm doing a ton to my hutch. You guys, it's got a lot of milk glass in it. I've got that beautiful little figurine up there that Linda gave me. I believe that was her name, gave me. And I might stick a pumpkin here or there, but I'm really not gonna go over the top with that. And I'm not gonna go over the top of the powder room. So I think I'll probably finish this side of the house next week. And then maybe we'll take a day the next week and go through and just touch with a pumpkin or whatever out in the living room, dining room, foyer. I'm not redecorating. I'm not gonna take one thing apart out there, you guys. I'm just not, because I'm a little bit far behind this year and I really want to get to my home tour. I'm really excited to get to my home tour. I'm just going to do 2 different home tours. One will be for the inside and one will be to show you the outside, the mailbox and the front porch. Although I've decided not to go overboard on the front porch either. I will do my wreath and I'll do the garland over the front porch, and I may do a few things in my red wagon out there, but it's still really hot here. It may not be by the time I go do it. We'll see. We'll play that by ear. But with hot comes bugs, and I sometimes take that stuff apart out there and it's got bugs and bees, dead bees in it, and I'm just not ready to deal with all that this year, y'all. I think that'll be the coming couple of weeks. You know, we'll finish up the fall decor, you know, but I will bring you along as I do decorate, or I will at least bring you videos to show you, you know, to show you what I've done. And then we'll do the home tour, and then we'll do, I don't know where we'll go, you know, between now and when we start with Christmas in October, you know, at the end of October. So I'm not sure what we'll do. We'll have chit chats and I'll ask you guys to give me some more questions, and I don't know, maybe we'll do some car chit chats, or maybe Chris and I will do a couple day trips here or there. I don't know what's going on. It won't all be decorating though, you know. We will finish up the fall decor because I'm anxious to get it done, y'all. I'm anxious to get this decor in place so I can enjoy it, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling along. What the world is new with that? I'm always rambling along. So, but I do want to kind of give you an idea. I did want to give you an idea of where we were going, you know. I am not decorating the upper cabinets above the cabinets for fall. I'm not going to do that. They're very prettily decorated right now. I've just added a few new things, as you guys have seen as of late. I like them as is, and I'm not going to take that all apart and redecorate for fall. So anyway, I like the tops of the cabinets the way they are. So hopefully you'll see what I mean, that everything is spread out. Of course, this box, the garden box that Chris made, is large and in charge, and I don't need a ton of other, you know, decorations all over the kitchen counters. So I'm really happy with how they all turned out. So we'll see how they look in the kitchen as I get them all situated. Okie dokie, you guys. Well, I'm done putting everything back in place. So let me go into some final words here and say that I hope that all is well with everyone. And for those of you who are struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all that said, I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Come back and I'll show you one last video around the kitchen, show you everything in place. All right, catch y'all next time. Bye-bye. Okie dokie, you guys, here we are. I'm back at my kitchen table here, and that's where I was just sitting doing everything. To give you a perspective of where we are, there's my fall tree there, and the family room is over there. So here we go into the kitchen, and we will start over here, and there's that little arrangement. And I didn't do anything with this corner. I want to keep it as is. So So there's Barb and myself on our Mexican Riviera cruise. And here is the little, oh my goodness, look at that. Gee whiz. Here's my little vase that I just made the tiered bow for. And I just found this little pumpkin in a bin downstairs. And it's nothing special. It's just a plastic pumpkin. So I just leaned it up against there. I thought that was cute. So that turned out cute. And then of course this is Chris's coffee. Carafe and the Keurig. You know, we live here and we use this kitchen every day. And here's the kitchen windows. Let me see if I can get the glare to go down. There's where I put the two pumpkins. See that? They're flanking those two end windows. I left my blue and white curtains up. I don't know whether I'll switch them out for Christmas either, you guys. We'll see. But I left them up for now. And then these are a Pioneer Woman plates, and that is what this whole kitchen design is made around. They were my inspiration. Chris glued them onto a navy blue charger with Gorilla Glue. And then these are a couple of, I have one in this window and one in that, milk glass candlesticks. Got those from the Minuteman Mini Mall, and just some big red candles in there. And then these are the dinner or the salad plate version of that same pattern, which is Heritage Rose, I think, with Pioneer Woman. And then there's that large and in charge vase, super pretty. Looks really pretty. I really am happy with that. And then I got these little blue candle holders from Hobby Lobby last year. I just have blue candles in there. And then Stacy, again with her Cricut, this is kind of a combined effort here. I picked out the frame and she made the sticker, and that's double pane glass, so the sticker is actually inside the double pane. And then Chris put it on chains for me and hung it there. And I just love that. The Lord is my strength and my song, Psalm 118:14. Love it. And of course this, the birds, you always ask me where I got the birds. Ashlyn got them from Michael's. So, and then Cheryl Hoskins gave me those. I believe, Cheryl, you gave me those, right? Oh my gosh, I hope I didn't get the wrong person. I think I got that right. And they still work. Look, they're little solar cardinals. I love them. And they just flap along. Well, this one is. That one over there isn't. Oh, it is a little bit. But anyway, there's the kitchen window. I love it. And you can see there's the tops of the cabinets. The wall color, for those that might ask, is Perfect Grayish. It is a Sherwin-Williams color, but we took it to Home Depot and had them mix it in a paint with primer. And this whole level and upstairs, everywhere but the bedrooms, the upstairs bedrooms are painted with this Perfect. Anyway, I have a candle lit. I love it. And then I found this at And That this morning. I went in there looking around, didn't really find anything but this. It was like $3. It is a cotton board, and I thought I would just put it up in there. Looks cute. Pulling a little bit more of the dark red. And then over here, I really didn't switch anything out over here. Thought about putting a leaf or something there and forgot, to tell you the truth. But I like it just like that, it's fine. That's salt and pepper shaker, little pumpkin salt and pepper shakers there. Got those, I don't remember from where, last year. And then over here is that's our Alexa there. And there's my Then Sing My Soul lantern and another plate on a charger there with just one little scarecrow sitting there. The Love You More is gonna go out of here. It's too much on there. So the Love You More will go away till after Christmas. And then just a couple of red towels on the oven. And I really didn't do anything with this either. Well, maybe I'll do something with that. I doubt it though. I might just put a leaf or two in there. You'll see it on the home tour if I've decided to do anything with that. I may not. But, and then of course, you know, this lovely box. I did want to tell you guys that I did ask him to cut me I have three pieces of wood underneath the little trays. You can kind of see them there. They're really hidden otherwise. And to lift those red pumpkins up a little bit in this decor, and I love it. That is it though. The table runner again came from Ross. So I'm really happy with the kitchen. Just a touch of fall and not too much, but just enough, I think. Alrighty guys, that'll be it. So I'll just say again, see you next week, and y'all take good care. Bye-bye now.